this one. I also have my energy drink. Oh my gosh, you guys, the last live, I was exhausted. I hardly even remember doing it. Somebody messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, I missed last week's. And I was like, honestly, I was half asleep, so I kind of missed it too. I have you on a sock in my shower. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. I used to always use my phone in the shower to listen to music, and I didn't even care if it was getting wet. It was worth it. Plus, I think the new iPhones, or like the last couple new iPhones, have been, what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Tomorrow's back to school, so many things are going through my head. I'm so excited for that. Oh, I just remembered. Gosh, do I have ADHD or what? I actually don't. I've been to a doctor, but I feel like I do. Anyways, I used to listen to my phone in the shower, but I stopped doing that because I'm just not into music anymore. I go through phases. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I go through phases with music, and right now we're not in a music phase. Back to what I was talking about before, back to school. Today I've been doing so much to prep for that. I'm over the moon. You guys have no freaking idea how excited I am. I love back to school. I always have, even when I was in school. And then now having my own kids, and they're getting older, and it's getting more serious. Alea's no longer in kindergarten, where it's like 2 hours a day. So pointless. So it's just more exciting. And Avery is in her first year of preschool. She's gone to like preschool before, where it was basically like daycare, because she was only 3. I think she was like a little older than 2. Newly 3, if you know what I mean. And yeah, she went for like a couple hours a day, and she just wasn't ready, so I took her out, and now she actually started preschool the 1st of this month, and she's been loving it. So yeah, anyways, that's what I've been doing today, and I'm still kind of like up here from all that. I still have a construction site behind me because I forgot about my room. I had to wash the comforter. It's been a whole thing. So yeah, I cleaned upstairs, and then I came downstairs, and I was like, oh my god, this is where I'm doing the live. This is just great. Just great. I would do it upstairs, but fiance is prepping some football stuff. He actually coaches Levi's football team, and so they just got a bunch of information for that today, and so he's getting all that ready. Oh my gosh, I know. I bawled the first time I dropped Levi off, and it was so embarrassing. And then the first time I dropped Alea off, pretty much all of their first years, I cried. But ever since, I haven't. That's a lie. Actually, last year, Levi's first day of... Oh, my hair is so bad. I don't like to curl it because it gets so, like, natted. But Levi's first day last year was hard because he was really nervous. So, that obviously makes it hard. If they are struggling, it makes it way harder. Alea is just like a go-getter. She's ready no matter what, anytime, anywhere, no matter what she's trying out, you know? Aura is not going to preschool until she turns 3, so she'll kind of start halfway through the year. She's so excited too because the school that she goes to, she's already been like for a summer program thingy, and then also she has gone there so many times to like drop or Avery off and stuff, and she just keeps saying how she wants to stay, and it's so stressful, honestly, because she won't leave, and then she cries, and then I have to get stern with her in front of the teachers. I think they think I'm just a bitch, but they're not wrong. I gotta get her to listen somehow, and being like, honey, you know, the parents that are like, honey, can you please would you just come on? Actually, I wish I could be that parent, because I want to be. I just can't. My kids will not react. Today we're going to do advice. A bunch of you guys sent in your messages, but I'm waiting for my iPad to charge. It's at 2%. I just plugged it in so that I can read them. If you guys are interested, you can still send over your story or whatever you want advice on. Oh my god, my eyeball. We did this once before, but I was having troubles with my iPad. So this time, we're going to hope it works. I deleted Instagram and re-downloaded it, so hopefully that will help. You never know. I really want to get Botox, you guys, but I don't have time to get Botox. I don't even have time to get my nails done. Oh my god, this nail fell off. Didn't even notice that. I used to love these clear nails, But lately I haven't been loving them, and then 2, I don't know why, if I'm buying different ones or if they remade the clear ones, but they are like too see-through and you can see the glue, and it's not cute. The gentle parenting works on gentle children. Mine are nowhere near gentle. I agree, but I also just think even if you have a gentle child, which I agree my children are also just rampage children, I just don't know how well that works, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't want to completely categorize gentle parenting or gentle children, because that wouldn't be fair. There's obviously an exception to every rule. But anytime I see gentle parents using it on their gentle children, usually their gentle children aren't listening either. You know, I'm going to be honest. I just arrived in Amsterdam. I'll be there for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, how fun. I actually was just talking to somebody about Amsterdam, about how there's like, you could just like buy women or something, like for the night. I don't know the exact thing, but I just think that's kind of crazy. Yeah. I will say, like, if I have one of my kids and the other are like all at sports or something, or I don't know, there's these rare occasions, literally like probably 3 times in all of Aura's life has she been alone with me, but in those 3 times she will respond to gentle parenting, but I think it's just because there's just one of her and like it's not as chaotic, because when I try to use it on her any other time, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I do agree. I definitely think there's a fine line between not a fine line. There's a middle ground between like gentle parenting and yelling. I don't know what method you call that. Modern parenting. Or I guess that's not modern. Gentle is like more modern. I'd say modern or I can't even talk. The point is there is a middle ground. And I think that can be really effective if done correctly, but I'm still working on doing that correctly. So I'll let you know. Like, sometimes I see these parents in the store that it sucks, because the mom is obviously like such a good mom and she's being so patient and so gentle, and the child is just like yelling and kicking and screaming, and I just want to go over to the kid and be like, get your shit together right now, you know, because I just feel bad for the parent. I mean, don't get me wrong, my kids are naughty sometimes too. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, this is how you do it. Because I have no idea. Literally every day I wake up and I'm like, let's try this method. Yeah. And kids, that's a different thing too. Like, kids go through different things. Like, some kids are like, just, every kid has like different habits. I've always been scared of my kids having the habit where they like, hold their breath till they pass out. I've heard of that being a thing, and I'm like, I hope my kids never do that. Thankfully they haven't. Yes, I will be doing all of the advice questions anonymous. This lighting coming from above is not that. I've been trying to take care of myself better, because I have just had no love for myself lately. I've been giving it all to my children, which I don't regret, but I am like, girl, at least drink some water, you know? Okay. Let's see. I'm nervous to do this on my iPad again. I should have gone live on my iPad. Maybe I'll try that next time if this doesn't work. Although, I'm hoping, because I deleted it, we'll see. I didn't remember if I tried that last time or not. Oh my gosh, hello! Welcome to your first live. We have a lot of fun over here. This is like our little secret corner. I mean, it's not a secret, but it kind of feels like one. Okay. Let's see. Also, a lot of people on my stories were like, oh my gosh, are you driving, or are you not wearing a seatbelt? I obviously was wearing a seatbelt. I think this is one situation where I can say obviously, because, well, okay, let me backtrack. I wasn't wearing it in that clip, but when I was driving, I was wearing it. I was parked in that clip. I had just got to the school. Today was back to school night, and I was parked. Car was on, but my car was in park. I took my seatbelt off, and I was parked there for like 45 minutes. So, yeah. when I was driving, I wore my, thank you! I wore my seatbelt, but I took it off. And not only because I care about, well, I do. Priority, I care about other people's safety, and I care about mine. But truthfully, even if any of that wasn't an object, do you know how loud my car beeps when I don't put on my seatbelt? When I put something heavy in the passenger seat, I put a seatbelt over it so I don't have to hear ding, 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 ding. It's so annoying. So I promise you, I'm wearing a seatbelt. Okay. And mostly also, yes, I was not driving. That I can kind of see why people maybe thought that, but I definitely was not. Okay, see, this is where I get frustrated. It is showing some, but whatever. Okay, we're just gonna take it. It just said okay. I don't know if it's working or not. On my end, it's changing colors. I turned off my Wi-Fi, but I think it's working now. Let me know if it is or not. Okay, I think it's back. Oh, would you rather is a good idea. Okay. First one. Need advice. My boy who I'm talking to is 6 years older than me. No biggie. I really made sure he was a good and safe guy before even talking to him. Like I said, we are dating and he lives in a different state, and we have said we haven't seen each other in person yet, is I'm assuming what's supposed to be typed. But I guess I need advice in the fact that last night he said I love you and I said thank you. I'm not there yet. What do I do next time he says that? First of all, it's okay to not be on the same wavelength at the same time. And I think that's a lot more common than people assume. You want to be there at the same time, but very, very rarely is that going to happen where you kind of feel that. And that, again, is okay. My advice would be don't force it. Don't force feeling it, and don't force saying it. And just be, like, people always say this, but communication is key. So if you just reach out to him and say, hey, like, if this is how you feel, I really care about you. I'm really liking where this is going. Because of the distance, maybe it's taking me a little bit longer to feel that strong of feelings. And I just hate having to turn you down or let you down every time you say that. So I just thought I would be upfront about it. Something like that. Yes, I agree. Just be honest, even though it's intimidating to voice that. It definitely can be scary because, again, you don't want to let them down, but it could potentially be letting them down every time you don't say anything anyways. And if you don't address it, you're just kind of furthering that. So I say just be upfront. Have the hard conversations. I feel like it's always worth it in the end. I'm getting a new tattoo. Oh my gosh, what tattoo? See, it does this where I accidentally read one and now I can't find it. Okay, excuse me. Jeez Louise. It's either the cats, the kids. Yeah, you should probably be more careful. Sorry guys. I really hate that this is a thing. Oh, maybe if I check here. There's so many inboxes. I do get so annoyed of that. I don't know why it shows on my phone and not on the iPad. It shows messages on the iPad, but it really annoys me. I wonder if what do I do? You know what? I wonder if they would be... That's a good idea. It typically just works on my phone, so I don't understand. You guys, if you saw my messages, it's crazy. Some of the messages I get. You're such an effing whore. My God, did you not have coffee this morning? Okay, maybe... Okay, I think this is... Here's one. I found one. I just keep reloading, and this is from hours ago, so it's not like it's new. Stupid thing. I might try, if this keeps not working, I'm going to get my computer really quick, and I'll look at my computer and see if it shows. And yeah, in the future, I just need to go live on my iPad. How have you dealt with a significant other when they make a big decision without consulting you? I recently have been trying to deal with my hubby who made the decision to allow his sister to stay in our home for almost a year, which is my entire first pregnancy plus a few months after baby is born. Backstory, his parents are having their house remodeled and she needs a place to stay, which I completely understand, but he made the decision without asking me how I felt about it since we were going through a life-changing experience. It's been hard to get him to understand my side. IDK what to do anymore. I'm trying to let it go and just see how it goes, but it's so frustrating. I know it's a sticky sitch, but what do you think? This is very much a sticky sitch. It sounds like the most frustrating part to you, and I might be wrong, is that, which this is how I would feel as well, he didn't care about your opinion and he didn't have a conversation with you and include you in that decision, and that makes you kind of feel like your feelings aren't valid and that, you know, you're not important in that sense. And you definitely are right to feel frustrated about that. Again, this is a situation where I just feel like, one, I think it's very nice of you to be like trying to just, okay, I'll just let it happen. These cats, oh my gosh. And not get frustrated and just let the time handle it, right? Like solve the problem. But it's also okay for you to be like, put your foot down and say, look, the problem isn't even that she's staying with us. It's the fact that you didn't even care to include me in such a big decision. And regardless of whether you think I'm right or wrong, these are my feelings, and feelings and emotions cannot be right or wrong. And so I think it's really about how you approach it. And then if there is a problem in her staying there, you can just say, you know, like, look, again, first and foremost, it really bothers me and hurts me that I wasn't included in such a big decision when we're already going through so much change, and I really wanted to enjoy this with just you as it is. But also, you know, she's here and these are the reasons why I feel like it affects me. And you don't need to agree with me. I just want you to hear me and respect me and like be comfortable with my feelings, because you would ask me to do the same for you, because I don't even know this guy, but you know, that's just how it is. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to depend on your partner to, again, not agree with your emotions, but at least respect them and hear them out, you know? So definitely don't just sit back and let it happen. Sometimes you're not going to get your way, and that's okay. So you guys have to find a middle ground in that situation, whatever that may be. But you definitely need to feel heard, and I think that's what's bothering you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Some of these that I read, I just can't help but be like, oh my gosh. Hello, Ashley. Hi, Maggie. Brittany. I can always press these little things, but I always forget. I'm going to try to... save this live. I've talked about this every time. So really quickly, it doesn't always save my lives. It's not always in my control. I don't know if it's because like the subscription thing is, I mean, it's not that new. Instagram should figure it out by now, but you can hear when the toilet flushes upstairs. How glorious is that? Okay, what if I go like all messages that's a good question. I am all the feelings when it comes to the kids being back in school. I'm excited for them mostly because again, I remember being in school and like you have your friends and you have something to do all day, and I feel so guilty. Like even though I try to find things for my kids to do all day, every day, I still feel like they're just bored at home. Especially when Levi, like he's been at school before for so many hours that then being home for the summer, like it's fun in the beginning and then I think he gets bored. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous just because it's school and they're not in my care, so it's nerve-wracking. And so, yeah, I think those are my two biggest emotions at the moment. What are you up to? Oh my God. What do you do when you feel the love flame isn't strong anymore? When do you know if it's worth fighting for or not? That's a good question. The love flame isn't always going to be there. I will say that. I think that kind of, it comes and goes. I think that you always love the person, but that like flame and that excitement and stuff, like it comes and goes, and that's okay. I think the best way, I don't know, for me personally, like in any relationship that has not worked out for me, how I knew it wasn't worth fighting for, I guess you could say, is when I was too exhausted to fight for it. Like, when, the fighting becomes just like, I don't care. I don't care if I'm right. I don't care about the outcome. I don't care. I think that's how you know, at least, again, for me in the past, that's how I knew. But I wouldn't necessarily say that just when the love flame doesn't feel like it's there, I wouldn't say that's good enough reason to feel it's over, because that comes and goes, and I think that you have to also fight for that, Now they're playing with this thing behind me. My gosh, guys. This is so frustrating. I got a lot of questions on the car that I have today because I posted the picture, and oh my gosh, my back. Oh, the before and after of when I cleaned it, and I have a Lincoln Aviator. I had to think about that for a second. Really? Right here? You really need to do that right here? Oh my gosh, I need to clean in here so bad, you guys. Also, I have an engagement vlog and engagement pictures and a bunch of engagement posts that are coming soon from the party that we did this weekend. But I'm just waiting to get the pictures back so I can post all the content at once. Otherwise, I definitely think it'll just be like so spread out and like annoying, you know? Do I go to a chiropractor? Yes, I do. When I have time, which I need to make time to do it because it helps so much. My chiropractor told me that I should be coming like every week because my right hip is higher than my left. And I haven't been doing that. I've gone like once every 6 months. Sorry for another question, but was it scary to start dating again after breaking up with your first love? I'm struggling hardcore. I definitely would say if you're struggling really hard, then you're probably not ready, and that's okay. I didn't really ever date because I was not ready to date, and then love kind of fell into my lap before I was in an area to like reach out or get on like all these apps and stuff. I did at like a bar have a small interaction, and it was very uncomfortable, and I didn't like it at all. So I would say if you don't like it, it's probably because you're not ready, and that's okay. Can we ask for advice on the live? Absolutely. If you guys want to ask advice on here, you totally can. I just don't know how many words you can type, and that's typically why I say message me. But it just isn't working. Next time I need to do it the other way, and I feel bad. But if I missed your advice, put it here. My iPad, I just give up on my iPad. They need to like make an iPad Instagram app. Because I've had issues before with it, like not related to this, but just the Instagram that's on the iPad is like the phone's Instagram. So it's not specific to the iPad. Oh! And if you have an iPad, you would probably know that like they usually have like iPad apps. I don't know. Was the BF before O your first love though? That's a good question. I would probably consider him to be my first love, probably, because that's who I was with all throughout middle school and high school. And then I got with Oscar after high school, and then was with him until obviously like a year and a half ago. Oh my goodness, are you getting it? She's so cute, you guys. I need to film that video tomorrow. The We Got a Kitty video. She's so freaking cute. She's crazy. She's crazy. Advice for living alone for the first time after a divorce. Girl, stay so busy. Stay so busy. Cleaning was like my go-to thing. Even when I didn't want to clean, if I was feeling depressed, I was like clean. Because it felt like kind of subconsciously I was cleaning my mind and I was distracting myself. So the depression and the darkness it made the darkness not so dark, you know? What? Hold on. No. Did your family go to the engagement party? No, my family was just in town, kind of. We all went to Island Park. So they already took a whole week. And then last minute we picked, well, not last minute, but like we scheduled our engagement party like a couple of weeks before. And so all of my family was already in town. So we just invited people that were like literally right here. Most of our friends and family live in Arizona and California, but we invited the people that we hang out with like locally. So it was like a smaller get together, but it was still so much fun. We played games that were like, let's see, what was the... Alyssa, these questions are like so hard. I feel like you just know. Like, I feel like you'll just be done. You know? I don't know. That's always how my experiences have been, is I just got sick of voicing the same concerns, and I just didn't have anything left in me to give, you know? What are you doing? I'm getting my water. Why'd you look at me like that? Biggest piece of advice for a mom to be, don't listen to anybody else. Just understand that everybody loves to give advice, especially moms. And 99% of it is very unsolicited and unnecessary, and just block it out. Like, go through your own journey, do your own things. If you have questions, ask them. But if you don't agree with it, or if you don't like what somebody's saying, off with it. Oh my gosh, that was like the number one thing that made me crazy, especially because I was a teen mom. So everybody felt extra like necessary in telling me advice, and it made me crazy. It made me so crazy, to the point that I used to get like mean and frustrated, because it was like, I don't care what you have to say. Advice for losing long-term friends because they are jealous of your achievements. That's a good question. They weren't really real friends in the first place, and sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, but they should be happy for your achievements, and if they're not really a good friend. Advice on acne. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm on this so badly too. My chin. A lot of water. I hate saying that answer because I hate when people tell me, drink a lot of water. Like, every solution. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the doctor and they're like, drink water, and you're like, really? You went to school to learn that? That's it? Just that cures all? But it's kind of true. What platform makes you the most money? YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok? That's a good question. It varies, but I would say if it is as simple as doing one post, what makes me the most money from one post, outside of brand deals and like brand collaborations, because those make the most, but just a post itself is YouTube. You get paid the most for a YouTube video rather than like one TikTok or I do, at least. It depends on your views. If I was getting like millions of views every TikTok, probably TikTok, but for me, YouTube is the platform that makes me the most off of one post. That's not where I make the most money, but it makes me the most off of one thing. Are you sad that you're making less money than the last few years? I'm actually making more money than I made in the last few years, because it's just my money, essentially. And also, I'm just like, the way that things were organized in the past and the way things were spent, I've learned a lot about the way that I spend. I've budgeted a lot better. I've saved a lot better. So yeah. Do I hike? No. Hiking is not my thing. I did it in the past, never really loved it. Occasionally I get a craving because I want to see the sunset or something, but I never do, because as soon as I wake up, I'm like, no, thank you. Tips on saving money. Put it somewhere you're not going to see it. Because if the money is in an account that you're just spending, you're going to go through it and you'll be like, next time or next month. So put it places. Well, first of all, everybody's going to tell you invest it or things like that. But let's rewind and think on a smaller scale, because sometimes you don't have that much money to invest. Not that you need a lot of money. You actually need a lot less money than people realize to invest. But still, thinking small, starting small. That being said, also, everybody tries to budget big amounts. Like, get rid of the $100 a month thing. Get rid of the $500 a month thing. Start with first not buying a snack every time you go to the gas station, or getting Starbucks more than like once every couple weeks. Things like that, like those little purchases end up being the biggest things you're buying. It's kind of crazy. Do you have any regrets buying your current house? I do not. it is a waiting game for me with this house, which can sometimes be very frustrating, and I do wonder if it's gonna be worth it, because obviously it's just like a really small space for how many of us there are, but I know once we tear it down and we build our dream home, it's gonna be perfect because the land and the location are so perfect. But yeah, advice on what you would want O's future partner to know about being your kid's step parent. I don't know, that they better be nice to my kids. I haven't really thought about that. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I obviously have like the instinctive parent thing where I'm just like, I want my kids to be safe. So that's my first concern or question, is like, I would want to feel safe with her around them, and that she's nice to them. I do still have BBK stuff. Not very much of it, but I do have some of it. There was just a point where I had so much and I got overwhelmed, so I donated it all and kept like a few things for memorabilia. I'm not a blankets person, which is again kind of one of the reasons I ended it. I loved the blankets and they were good quality and stuff, but once you have so many kids, everything is clutter. Every extra pillow, every extra blanket, it's all just clutter. So I try to really eliminate that stuff. Would I want to meet her before the kids meet her? Not necessarily. Like, I feel like if he felt like the kids were safe around her, then I would trust his parenting skills. Would I eventually want to meet her? Yes, of course, but it's not like, I don't know, I don't have like rules, you know? I think people think I'm a lot crazier than I am. I mean, I'm crazy about some things, but oh, that makes me so happy. I loved the comfy clouds. The size of them was so great. They were literally the size of like a king size comforter. But again, they were so big and so heavy and just like not something I found myself using a lot, so I donated them. There's a fuzz on my face. I saw another question. Dang it, I lost it. Acne can also be caused by the food you eat, definitely. I mean, everything contributes to that stuff, which makes it so hard, because especially if you haven't changed anything in your diet and then all of a sudden you break out, it's like, what the heck? I do know that I break out like a lot more here when I am on my period. The lip gloss was amazing. Oh my gosh, I loved doing the lip gloss. And it was so good. It just wasn't, I just didn't feel like it represented me very much because I didn't really wear makeup anymore, you know? I'd love to do like a sheer lip gloss or something more every day. I feel like that's very much my brand right now. Like, just get through the day, like put on an easy lip gloss, a romper, whatever. Like, quick and easy, you know? I just fuzz. I don't even know if the company that I collaborated with to do the lipstick is still even around. I should look into that, actually. What is the next trip you're taking? Hopefully not taking one until next year. Not really. I obviously would love to maybe go on like a small trip closer to the holidays, but we've done so much traveling over the summer that I'm just like tapped out. It's too much. Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Skincare would be fun. Would I ever dye my hair brown? No, I have done that before. It looks terrible. Are you excited to enter your late 20s? Once I get Botox, I'll be very excited. Oh my gosh. I have to fill out so much. I hate that they do this. The school gave me a bunch of paperwork to fill out today. Like, girl, you already know all this. It's just like stupid stuff. I get why they have to do it, but it is just like, really? I have this dry spot or something under my legs. It feels like I missed a spot shaving. Aww. Thank you. thank you. The only reason that I'm like in the headspace that I'm at is because of you guys and keeping me alive, because even though there is so much negativity out there, there's people like you who just make me feel good, and it feels really good. Where do you get your confidence from? Well, I'd be lying if I said I'm always confident, and it makes me happy that maybe you get that, what's the word I'm looking for? Interpretation of me, but I'm definitely not always like super happy with who I am or the way that I look or all those things, and I just try to put a lot of work into being better, because I've always hated, thanks to my mom, who I love, but like she always complained and never did anything about it. So I've always tried to, if I hated something about myself or wanted to change something, I make an effort to do so. And so, yeah, I don't know. But I would say when I am confident, it's usually just because I realize that I have something good about me, and everybody does. And you're the best version of yourself because you're the only you out there. And so I just try to strive to be the best version of myself and the best example for my kids. Like looking at my kids, and especially having girls. I mean, obviously it's important for Levi too, but for girls, I think it's extra important to be confident. And if I don't show my girls how to do that, they're not going to be able to do that, you know? Favorite girl names. Oh, I'm so bad at names, guys. I'm so bad. I would go on Pinterest, maybe. I did see a name today, actually. Capri, I think is what it was. It's so cute. What do you think of all the alien talk? What's the alien talk? I mean, I know there's like normal alien talk, but is there something specific happening right now? I totally believe aliens are real. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We were just talking about tongues at the dinner table today, how they're like just weird. No, thank you. Okay, you guys, I need to go fill out that school paperwork. I'm getting stressed about it. The kids did pick out their outfits today, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to be vlogging tomorrow. What do you guys want to see in a vlog? Like, I love just doing like my daily routine and sharing what I do in my day, especially because every day is so different when I have so many kids. But oh, whoa, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna need to look into that. But I wanted to share tomorrow like my back to school routine, and not just like, I know that's a thing, but I want to do it in more of a way that's literally like, I implemented a lot of new routines that we haven't used in the summer, even some checklists for myself, like taking my vitamins, drinking my water, doing things like that I hung on the wall. I just want to like share more of the in-depth things about my routine. I don't know. You guys let me know. The kids are in bed. Levi is doing, yes, so the sports my kids are in are gymnastics, dance. Alea's in competitive dance. The other two are just in like regular dance. Did I already say tumbling? Tumbling, dance, soccer, and then Levi's in soccer, baseball, and football in school. But I also love being busy. You guys know, like when everybody hears me say I'm like today was chaotic or things like that, people are like, oh my God, you're complaining. Oh, that's so smart. Sorry, I got distracted. When I say chaos, that's what I thrive in. I love chaos. I hope every day of my life is chaos, because that's what I feel comfortable with in a good way, a good chaos. But okay, you guys, I have to get off. I have so much to do, but I'm going to vlog. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, putting up with me, supporting me. Even the people who don't like me, you're watching, and I'm grateful for you. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your night and a great Thursday. You made it. You made it past halfway in the week, and I'm proud of you.